I want to do everything with all my heart. Hey, this is John Little, host of the Where You're Going podcast. It starts in earnest on June 15th, but a little snippet here for you, a little preview, if you will. We've got 10 values at my church, and one's really been burning my heart lately. We do everything with all our heart, and I do not get this right all the time. I don't even think I get this right half the time, but it's something that has meant a lot to me as I've even started this podcast. And I break it down like this. If we think about doing everything with all of our heart, everything means everything. And so that means whatever we're doing, we need to make sure it's the right thing in the first place so we can do it with all of our heart. Colossians 3:23 says, and this is Paul talking, whatever you do, work at it with all your heart as working for the Lord, not human masters. He says, whatever you do, or kind of everything, as we say there, if I'm going to do something, it's got to be the right thing in the first place. I don't want to be yelling at my kids with all my heart. I don't want to be eating the wrong things, overeating with all my heart, or overworking with all my heart. Now, I want to listen to somebody with all my heart. I want to lead my kids with everything I've got. I want to do this podcast with all of my heart as well. More on that in a moment. But sometimes everything is hard. We're asked to do hard things. In fact, in Colossians 3:23, Paul is actually speaking to slaves there. They had it way worse than any of us do. Yet Paul said, hey, whatever you do it like you're working for the Lord, not for men. Do it with all of your heart. And then all of your heart? Well, all means all, right? Jesus said, hey, love the Lord your God with all your heart, and all your soul, all your mind, all your strength, and love your neighbor as yourself. Being the top two commandments, we are supposed to love God with everything we've got, with all of it. And when we do that, naturally, we end up loving others as well. We need to not hold anything back, but it can be so hard. You want to guard yourself against disappointment, not only from others, but in yourself as well. I think that's what I was fighting over the last year or so when thinking about starting this podcast. I wanted to do it well, and then I was like, well, I'll just get it done, and I'll just put it out there. If nobody comes, no big deal. And that's fine. But the biggest part of starting this podcast for me right now is I'm doing it with humility, and I'm doing it with all my heart. I'm really putting all my effort into it. Because if it's not worth doing with all your heart, it's just probably not worth doing. And so I hope for you that whatever you choose to do today, you're able to do it with all your heart. The Where You're Going podcast starts on June 15th, and we can't wait to share it with you. I'm John Little, your host. You can find out more at whereyourgoingpod.com.